It's a new year, and if you're like me, and if you clicked on this video based on the title, you're probably looking to lighten up your life and clear out some clutter and refresh your space. So today I thought I'd share 20 totally random things that most people have in their homes that you can probably declutter right now. I've done other more specific decluttering videos like wardrobe declutter and other kind of simplifying your space related videos that I will link down below, but this one, there's no theme to these items, there's no particular order, it's just random stuff that you should probably get rid of. So let's get started. Get rid of the underwear that you hate. We all have underwear where it's like laundry day is dictated by the point in which we've gone through all of our good underwear that we like, and then we're down to the pairs that are either like uncomfortable or they just don't really fit right or they're scratchy, and you only wear them if everything else is in your laundry basket. Get rid of anything that doesn't make it past laundry day. Socks. Your sock drawer probably needs a makeover. You probably have lone socks that haven't seen their pair in a while, or you have pairs of socks that have like holes in the bottom. Get rid of all of those spare buttons that you've kept from like jackets and shirts that come in that little plastic pouch on the tag, and you keep it because you're like, oh, this button's gonna fall off someday. Worst case scenario, one jacket in your life, the button does actually come off and you wish you had a replacement button. You can usually go to a fabric store and match a button pretty easily. I don't think it's worth keeping 100 buttons for the one button you might need to use someday. Mismatched hangers in your closet. I highly recommend switching to a uniform hanger system. It is so much easier because mismatched hangers snag on each other. They aren't meant to hang all nicely together, and it just really makes your closet feel chaotic. Number 5, get rid of all of the shoes that give your feet blisters. And I know that this is a really difficult one because oftentimes the most beautiful and amazing shoes are the ones that wreak the most havoc on your feet, but life is too short and you know you don't want to wear them. Like in a fantasy world where your feet were invincible, you would wear them all the time, but you don't want to wear those shoes. You want to look at them and you want to imagine yourself wearing them. But when it actually comes down to it, you like wear them for 5 minutes before you leave the house and you're like, oh my gosh, these are gonna be a nightmare all night. And then you switch into something more comfortable. Get rid of anything where the information is available online. This could be dictionaries, encyclopedias, cookbooks. You can look up a recipe for anything online. Electronics or appliance manuals, like you can download any manual, you can download installation software. Receipts. I think that receipts are so cluttery, I hate them, and so I would say scan your receipts or digitize them somehow. I know that there are apps that you can like take photos of a receipt and it will create a digital archive for you. Just scan them all and then it's easy to find them and look up what you want as well. Go through your email inbox and unsubscribe from all of that junk mail that you get every single day. I know it's so much easier in the moment to just delete, but then you have to do that every single day when you keep getting that stuff. Time to part with that novelty appliance that you never use. I know it's cool to have a popcorn machine or an ice cream maker or a Mickey Mouse waffle pan, but do you ever use that stuff? They're usually big and they take up a lot of space. Also, go through your kitchen and get rid of all of the dull knives that you hate. We all have those knives that just don't cut very well, and they're like the last ones we want to grab out of the drawer. Like you only use them if everything else is dirty and you don't want to wash anything. Get rid of all of the books you've already read. Now I get that a lot of us have books that we like to read multiple times, and I know that there are some very big book lovers out there who just cherish their book collection, and if that's your thing, then this one isn't for you. But for a lot of us, like we'll finish reading a book and then we just leave it sitting around forever. Number 12 is out of date food. When is the last time you dug to like the very depths of your cupboards and you looked at soups or spices or all of those things that just kind of never expire, except they eventually do? Go through your cupboard and do a big clean out and see what's actually still good in there. Number 13 is makeup samples that you'll never use. I'm talking about the little tiny jars that stores will just like throw in your bag as like extras with your purchase, and then you forget that you have them, and then you decide, well, you'll keep them because you'll use them for travel, but the sample's never really big enough to take with you on a trip for a few days. One day I just had to admit that I'm never going to use them and I tossed them. Do you have something to add? I know. What is going on? And similarly, number 14 is old toiletries. Go into your bathroom and start going through like the under sink part and through the drawers, and anything that has dust on it needs to go. You probably have like a whole bunch of half-empty bottles of lotion or bubble bath from 5 years ago, empty jars that you swear you're going to repurpose. And I'm specifically calling out all of you candle people. I'm a candle person as well. All of us who go into Bath & Body Works during their like 3 for $33 sale, and you buy like 12 candles and then you burn them all down and you're like, oh, but these jars are so pretty and I'll use them for all different things. Sure, you can repurpose those jars, and I've actually done a video on that in the past, but you probably aren't going to find a use for 12 of them. So if you have a whole bunch of empty jars or nearly empty jars sitting around, clean them out, donate them to a place that can use jars. Pens, pencils, colored pencils, crayons, any kind of writing tool. If you go through your drawers, your cupboards, you will probably find that you own 10 times as many pens and pencils as you need to. Get rid of all of those boxes and manuals and installation CD-ROMs that you've been holding on to. Empty boxes take up so much space, and unless you feel like you're really going to resell the item and then that would add to its value, then just get rid of it. You're not gonna need it. Number 18 is outdated media. So CDs, VHS tapes. If you have a DVD collection, go through your DVDs in each individual case, and you will probably find some cases that don't have a DVD in it. Like, we all have experienced that, right? Where you pull out Mean Girls and you open it and it's like, oh, Mean Girls isn't there and I have no idea where it went. And also ask yourself, do you have any use for this form of media anymore? I know that a lot of us have tons of DVDs, but people don't really watch DVDs anymore because you can get anything through Netflix or Amazon Prime Video or Hulu or any of those streaming services that I can't remember the last time I actually took out a DVD and put it in. I don't even have my like DVD player hooked up anymore because I don't use it. Also, speaking of electronics, number 19 is get rid of old electronics accessories that don't go to anything in your home anymore. So anything like old remotes or like charging cables and cords. I think have like cords here and there around my home where I find them and I'm like, what does this go to? Like, this must have gone to something 5 years ago and I've just kept the cord because I think I'm going to need it. And then number 20 is magazines and newspapers. It looks cluttery and it's the kind of stuff that builds up easily without you really realizing it. So there you have it. Those are 20 totally random things that you can probably work on decluttering in your house right now. If you have any random little decluttering ideas that people can use to simplify their home, let me know what they are down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Bye.